For more on the market action, Dan Deming at KKM Financial is here to help. Dan, what's your take on the market reaction to the jobs report?
You know, Angie, the jobs report across the board was pretty strong relative to what the expectations were. Interesting dynamic in the interest rate environment where we did see rates move higher initially, but then kind of hold the line, but still at the elevated level here as we move into this week. And when you look at the jobs number relative to the equity markets, you know, the markets are still struggling with various other factors, particularly the Fed message, more so than just the jobs number. And I think that's going to be the consistent theme this week as we continue to get more data regarding inflation.
What is causing angst about what the Fed said last week?
Just the duration and the pace of the rate hikes. You know, we got a couple of flip-flops last week in the statement that came out with the market. It looked like it anticipated that maybe we're going to see a peak in the rate hikes. And then the press conference where Chairman Powell indicated that they're not there and not even discussing that at this point. So the market was, we saw quite a volatile reaction in the market last week in regards to that message. And that message is still unclear. So I think that's why you continue to see the volatility that the markets are realizing, Angie. And as we move through this week, we have the election and we also have CPI, which is another big inflation data point that the Fed will be focused on.
Overall, though, I have to say the stock market is looking strong, if not resilient.
You know, it's showing signs of potentially bottoming, but I think the one caveat would be the NASDAQ, which continues to struggle relative to the other indices. And so that's something that we're certainly keeping a very close eye on because we haven't seen the confirmation from the NASDAQ that I'd like to see as far as potential for a pretty solid bottoming formation. So, you know, we'll have to see how that plays out this week. It's really contingent on the interest rate environment as those growth stocks continue to try to basically adjust for the potential of interest rates on earnings moving forward. So I think overall, Angie, you know, it's too early to call it. But yeah, you're seeing in certain parts of the market some renewed strength here relative to how the market had performed the previous couple of months.
Thank you, Dan. Have a great week.
All right. Thanks, Angie.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.